What is up, everyone? Today we have a BR700 from Stihl, and the problem is it's not starting. But the problem is I shouldn't be able to do that. So if you're unaware what that means there's little to no compression. I'm pretty sure this has valves. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. It's been a while since I worked on a 700. Usually it's the 800 or like 4 or 5, whatever the smaller version is. And 7s are just that weird in the middle one. So let us take a look at the spark plug and see if we see a valve cover. If so, we'll have to take off this whole thing. If not, we're still going to take off this whole thing because we're going to look in the exhaust. If we don't have any bad valves, and we just have a typical 2-cycle, we're going to look at the piston from the exhaust port and take it from there. If you're unaware why, well, maybe you'll see. If not, I'll explain. Luckily, this is the one with valves, so I was glad. The only thing that's annoying about it is, unlike the 800, which has this nice convenient little cover, you have to remove this, you have to remove the cover, you have to remove a whole lot of crap. But we're there. Took the liberty of saving you the noise. Now technically you should be using a new gasket if this is in poor condition. It doesn't look like it's in that bad a condition, so excuse me. So what we are looking for is one to be super tight. Doesn't really feel too tight. And also doesn't really feel too tight. I'm not really getting any red flags or anything, or alarm bells or whatnot, so that's not good. Oh, burped. It is blue, so that's good. Spark plug is firmly planted. Huh, I guess we could check it. Well, the exhaust valve is fully compressed right there. So the intake, which if you're unaware what side it is, it's the one with the carb. This is a thin feeler gauge set that I just kind of modified because there's like this little prong on either side, and it makes it real difficult to check this. So this is super loose. Now, to be honest, I would have assumed it would have been, I was hoping it'd be super tight, because that would mean that a valve wasn't closing all the way. Maybe the exhaust or the intake is so tore up that and what made it so loose? Because it's literally like 2 or 3 turns so far. And it just gets more and more. But if you look, the threads on this one, there's a whole lot less on that one. Is the whole stud spinning when I do this? No. Oh, now it's just getting even more loose. That's because I'm loosening it. Hey, it was a long work week. I shouldn't even be working today, but I am. This is a 5/16, or it could be 8mm, whatever you prefer. Basically, you're pushing it in there so you can kind of feel it, have a good amount of tension. I think that's too much. I think that's pretty good right there, actually. I like that. Maybe it's a hair tighter. I don't think it's going to be much different, but let's just... No, it's not any different, but... Is this also super loose? It is also very super loose. I'm just going to do the exact same thing over and over until I can get both sides, and we'll give it a try. Apologize for the wind and the sound, my mic died. But I'm going to run a drill on it, and I put a compression tester, and I'm going to check the clearance one more time just to make sure there wasn't like gunk or the valves are hung up or something. So, got the cover back on. Excuse me. Allergies. Anyway, let's get it primed. Now, I don't know if it's that much more compression. Let's find out. Oh yeah. That's a lot better. I think moving around with a drill was the key, because I did have to adjust it. That's always a good practice. No choke. I think we have it. See, look at that. We thought we had to do a full engine rebuild. At least that's what the owner thought. And all it was a simple little valve adjustment. So like I said, the BR700, a lot easier. It has this whole thing that's able to be taken off. It's like a little cover. You don't have to do anything with the main cover unless you have to do, wiring or spark check or whatnot. It's a lot easier. This, you have to take off the whole thing. Not that much harder. Can be a pain, especially if you still have the hose on there and you tip it over. It's a real hassle, but it's not impossible. And with a 5/16 or 8mm and a cheap little feeler gauge, you're good to go. Now, if you're going to buy a Stihl kit, which you can, it's going to come with a 4/1000 feeler gauge with the gasket for the cover. Not a bad idea, especially if you ripped yours when it's coming off, because I don't think it's that much more expensive to just buy that kit instead of just the gasket. Anyway, 4/1000 for both. Set it up, pull on it, roll it over with a drill, get some good speed and air moving through that, check it again, you should be good to go. Like what you see, keep watching, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at SmallEngine101, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good night.